NBA 2K23 has been out for about 10 days now, and honestly, I got some mixed opinions. I mean, a lot of the times when a new game drops in the 2K realm, in the Madden realm, the sports gaming realm, it's not about actually how good the game is, it's about how long will we be interested in it. Because right now we're seeing some of the OGs of the 2K community hop back into 2K because it looks like it's going to be solid, but how long do we expect them boys to still be uploaded? You know what I'm saying? How long do we expect the viewership to still be high? Does this game have potential to reset the 2K community? If you take a look throughout NBA 2K22, there weren't a lot of YouTubers that me and you know that was uploading on a consistent basis. I think the KLT for a Q channel was like number 2 in total views in NBA 2K22. So thank you for that. But most of that is because I was one of the few people still uploading. And it's mostly because my NBA is like its own little portion of YouTube opposed to like Park or Pro-Am or on the online modes, the My Teams. And this year, I don't know, man. I don't really know how to feel. Let me get some of my major criticisms out of the way first, and then we're going to talk about some of the good stuff. 2K, I don't need this Damian Lillard rap career and these endorsement quests. Make My Career a Kawhi Leonard arc. Amazing tweet. Because for real, like I said, I'm grinding badges. I got like 3 builds in 10 days, and every single one of these builds, I gotta do the quest, which is absurd. They made it a little bit better with adding the subway, and the subway is like instant teleportation, but still, why am I walking around the city with a hot dog on my head to go to the local hot dog shop? Why am I meeting Boss in the recording studio? I don't want to be a rapper. I am a ball player. And if I'm being honest, I don't care about none of this. If you gave me a version of the game with no story arc, just me playing the game, I would take that 100% of the time, because realistically, majority of the people playing My Career is doing it so they can get badges, so they can go to the park, and they can get badges so they can play Pro-Am. But then again, I say that, and I talked to a family friend. Bro has to be 10 years old, maybe. He knows I make 2K videos. And he was saying that he enjoys the story. So there has to be this type of balance. Where like, maybe I could just turn them all off. I'm in badge grinder mode opposed to quest mode. It's got to be something. Because I thought that we was going to have to do it for the first build. And the build number 2, you ain't got to worry about it. You still got to do it. It's an L. Especially if it's getting to this point. I don't want a virtual girlfriend, 2K. I don't. And if I did, 2K would be the last place I would search for a virtual girlfriend, dog. I don't want to go on a date in a restaurant. Criticism number 2 probably should have been number 1, if I'm being honest with you. It's microtransactions. Now, again, I'm a gamer. I understand the importance of microtransactions, specifically in the sports genre. It ain't going away anytime soon. So we complain about it all we want. As long as I'm still buying VC to get my 3rd build done, and you're buying VC to get that 1st build, or you buying VC to get Galaxy Opal, Kevin Durant, microtransactions will still be king in the sports game era. But like, it's extremely bad now, y'all. It's extremely bad, especially when you take all things into consideration. 1, majority of the people are already giving you at the minimum $60 to play the game. And you trying to tell me I need to throw an extra 100 just to be able to play it online? Because if you come up to a 70 overall at the park, nobody's going to want to play with you. And you're not going to have a good time because you're not going to be good. So I'm dropping 60 at minimum on the game. And I'm also dropping another $160 just to play. And then we find out, damn, my build is bad. My build don't fit the meta. So I got to drop another $100 just so I can have a good time on the game. And it's been that way for some time, man. It's been that way for some time where, like, I don't know the last time I've started a game of 2K. And the first build that I made was the one I felt the most confident with a month into the game, 2 months into the game. It just doesn't happen. So it leaves the people that can't afford to drop $160 to play a video game in the dark. And that's the majority of people. Majority of people cannot allocate their funds to 2K. I'm already giving you 60. What is the alternative to that? I think the alternative is, if you're gonna give me these crazy quests, if we're saying that quest is a guarantee in the game, don't make me do all of this for 500 VC. There has to be a world, there should be a world where I can grind my badges, my build, and use the VC that I am given to increase my player. You literally can't do it. They want you to dunk the ball 30 times, shoot 30 3-pointers, 20 of them being in the corner, get some assists, and flashy dunk all of those times for 500 VC? And I saw iPod King Carter, shout out to one of the OGs, tweet, if you complete everything in the game, all of the quests, 2K gives you 100,000 VC at the end of it. 100,000. That's giving me to a 75 overall or something like that. 100,000 doesn't go the same way. We got inflation in video games right now. 100,000 3 years ago was like, okay, I could probably get up to an 82, 83. No, that ain't getting you nowhere. And it seems like the prices are going higher and higher. So my biggest criticism is the quests are dumb. The VC is crazy expensive and impossible. That's probably the main things. Like, I'm struggling right now. If you go look at my park stats, my pro-am stats, my rec stats, I'm struggling to shoot the ball this year. And I kind of like that. I like that there is a skill gap. But I also can see a world where, like, my Pops plays 2K. Perfect example. Pops plays 2K. He put the 160 in to get his bill right? He worked a 12-hour shift. He don't have an extra 6 hours to learn how to release everything. Like, again, I love that there's a skill gap, but it also has to be, maybe it's a game mode, a specific park or something for the casual fan to get their games off. But then again, that means anybody that's not a casual has to be a comp player too. So I don't know where it lies, but I'm enjoying it as somebody that plays the game that I personally have to learn. But I can see a world where somebody don't have the time to learn the jump shots of everything to be good at the game. But with that being said, 10 days in, I'm enjoying the gameplay. Is it the best gameplay we've seen? Absolutely not. I don't think so. But it's the best in recent history, I could say. But like, everybody that I know is still excited about the game. Again, we only 10 days in. We'll see what it looks like 2 months in. But I'm having fun. I'm grinding my badges, grinding my builds, and the guys got the group chat. Hey, who on the rec? Who want to play Pro-Am? And it seems like out of the 9 people that are in the group chat, we always have at least 8 people say me. And now we got to figure out what's the pecking order on the Pro-Am team, bro. Who's actually playing? Luckily for me, I'm the only point guard, so I got no choice but to play. Even though, like I said, can I look at my stats? Okay, so Pro-Am is actually broken. It seems like everybody is getting, one person gets kicked out of every game. I played 4 games. I'm average. These don't count. This don't count. This is a bad representation because people be quitting. I'm shooting 40% from the field, 50% from 3. That is very deceiving because I don't be taking a ton of shots. My city stats, look at this. I've played 6 games in the city, 2 and 4, 3 points per game. In the rec, that's why I get a lot of the games played in. 26 games played. I average 8 points at the point guard position. Now I do get some assists and I get some steals and stuff. But if I can show y'all my 3-point percentage, my field goal percentage, I'm bad. I'm objectively been bad through the first 10 days of the game, and I'm okay with that. Also, this is build 3. Don't think this is my legitimate build. This is not the one I've been playing with. But I've been bad. Perfect representation. 3-point percentage in my 6 games. 26%. 25% from the field. I'm actually really, really bad. The rec, I'm shooting 31% from 3 in my 26 games, including 37% from the field. I don't leak out for like layups and stuff. All of those are like jump shots created by myself because I'm the point guard. And I'm struggling. But again, I'm okay with that because once I do find it, it's gonna be very rewarding. That's the way I feel. One Easter egg that I thought was pretty cool was the replica build thing. And then people are finding the first guy. Oh man, I wish I knew your name off the top of my head. He's a creator out here on YouTube. He found the Jokic build, the Joker build, and Twitter was on fire. We ain't got that much buzz a couple days into a game in a minute. So people are like, oh snap, who else do they have replicas of? Then the Chris Paul one came out, then the Kobe, then the Worm, then the Raul Mound of nope, there's no Charles Barkley. Just a lot of different players. Daryl Dawkins had his own build in the game. And then people are creating these replica builds, and then we find out 96% of them are terrible. Like, they're not really replicas of anything. You're trying to tell me, hey, actually, let me find one of these builds, because I want to show you how bad these can be. Shout out to NBA 2K Labs, not a sponsor. Steph Curry build, the chef. We actually played one of these in the Pro-Am the other day. He was god-awful. He's got a 92-3. That's not Steph Curry. He's got a 78 speed. Now, I'm not saying Steph Curry's Ja Morant, but he's definitely faster than that. Or like the Hakeem Olajuwon build, can't pass. DeMarcus Cousins build, can't pass. Now, I understand you can't get a build that could do everything, but if you're telling me it's a Kareem build or a Hakeem build or a Boogie build, those guys were above average passers for their position. This is god-awful. It's practically unplayable in the game of 2K. Pass accuracy means a ton this year. David Robinson, 40 pass. Like, are we serious? Tim Duncan, 70 mid-range. What Tim Duncan we was watching. So I think it was a cool concept. That was a fun Easter egg. But you're not about to see people use those outside of making some content. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get the 3 best replica builds and bring up to the park and dominate the park. That's a YouTube video. But like, you're not going to see a lot of them out in the wild because they're just not very good builds. And I know a lot of y'all want to hear me talk about my errors and my pluses and minuses and my errors. If I'm being honest with you, I haven't played it a ton, man. And I think part of that is that it's missing something. And I think the thing that is missing is that the draft classes are bad, right? Where like, if I'm going into 1984, I don't need 60, 70% of the draft class to be not real people. I understand at this point they have to do that, but I'm of the belief that if you're going to give me auto-generated players, don't make them better than the real players. I don't want the number 2 through 7 pick be fake people, and then the real person get drafted, he ain't know nothing. That was one of my major things. When that trailer got announced and everybody was excited, I was like, the draft classes must be number 1 on the priority list. Getting the rights of all these legends have to be number 1 on the priority list, and they didn't do those things, which sucks. Now, it does open up a whole world of content for me personally, as far as things I can upload on the main channel or the gaming channel, but it's still missing something, you know? And not to mention, I'm guessing part of this is because the season ain't started yet. I just played with the Utah Jazz for fun to see what it's about. I ain't got none of my picks from the Rudy Gobert trade or the Donovan Mitchell trade. I'm sure it's going to get improved eventually, but the game came out 10 days ago. You trying to tell me us in this community, the My Errors community, gotta wait until the start of the season so we can actually play the game? Because that's huge. Them having them picks is huge. If the Cavs can pull off a trade to get Donovan Mitchell and they keep their own picks, then there's nothing they can't do. So there has to be an update coming for My Errors. At least I will hope so. But that's it, man. Overall, through 10 days in, I'm saying I'm having a lot of fun. There's a lot of places that could be better. But I'll give it a solid 7.8 out of 10.